Most of you who work with beads are probably familiar with this type of output. It's a pattern printed from the BeadTool software, which you have very often come across if you buy a pattern on Etsy for a peyote bracelet, for example. I also use this software myself to create patterns, as do many other creators. On the first page there is a legend to the beads used in the pattern. There's a letter for each color of beads: A, B, C, D, E and F. On the next page you can see the pattern itself. Each box represents one bead and there's a letter that indicates the color of the bead. This is useful mainly because if you have very similar bead colors, the printer can print it out so that the colors are very similar, and without the letters you would have a hard time telling it apart. Here then is a continuation of the pattern, and here we come to the word chart. For most of us this is the most important part that we work with. Some people sew directly from the graphic visualization, but I find it harder to work with, especially with the complex patterns. It is a peyote stitch or peyote, so the first two rows are worked at the same time. So we string 1 A bead, 2 B beads, 2 C beads and so on. And even if we put this legend page next to the word chart, we would still have to look there and find what bead it is, which in the case of multiple colors it's quite annoying. So what I'm doing is I'm getting a bead mat. By the way, the instructions for this particular mat made from an IKEA frame can be found on my channel. You can see the link up here. I'm going to take sticky notes. I'm going to use this sticky part, so I'm going to fold it over here and I'll write down the letters of each color. Then I will cut it. And I'll stick the letters on the mat. And for each letter I will add corresponding beads. Then I will get a piece of heavier paper. I have a stack of old business cards on the side, so I use these. I cut a rectangle out of them. And then I use them as a guide to see where I am in the pattern. I will move it like this. When I need to stop working, I always finish the row and write on the card what row I need to continue. In this case, 12. Yeah, like this. So that's it. If you didn't already know these tips, I hope it helped you at least a little bit. If you use any other tricks, I'd love it if you'd share in the comments below. And by the way, if you want to buy this exact pattern, it's for sale in my Etsy shop. Here you can see the discount code for all my patterns. I will look forward to your visit and see you next time for another video. Happy beading and bye!